If we don't get a grocery store back in our town, I'm worried that our schools, our nursing home, is gonna suffer from that. I think we're gonna have a domino effect and other businesses closing
I want a
down.
grocery store in our town so that seniors at our school can have off-campus lunches that are easy to access.
I want a grocery store in our small town for the older people who can't get out of town, and for the young kids that can go there and know that they're taken care of.
I want a grocery store so before games we can stop and get snacks.
I am interested in having a grocery store in the town, as I feel we could bring in the local vegetables and produce that people grow. It would create a opportunity for people to raise that, and it will give better health to the ones that have it available.
I want a grocery store so that after school we can walk down and get stuff to eat.
I would like a grocery store to support the local beef industry.
I want a grocery store in this town that meets the needs of this town.
Well, I want a grocery store that I can walk to and have free deliveries if I can't make it.
I want a grocery store so we can make homemade meals.
We had a blizzard a couple days ago. There's no way to get out of town. The elderly had no way to get milk. The children had no way to get baby food. We need a grocery store in this town.
The economic impact in our town of not having a grocery store, it reduces tax revenues from sales and also reduces employment possibilities.
We have 537 people in our town. We have a 15% poverty rate and a 50% unemployment rate.
Will help keep our small town alive.
Roughly 40% of our population is 65 and older.
Google, please help us get started.
Roughly 29% of our population in our town is disabled compared to a national average of 9.6%.
Google, help us keep our small town alive.
15% of us are veterans.
Google, help us keep our town going.
We don't have a lot of resources in our town. We have no medical facility, no clothing stores, no restaurants or cafe. We need a grocery store.
Google, help keep our small town alive.
We need a grocery store in our small town because there's so much more joy to being in a small town.
Google, help us get started.
Being a retiree from the Navy, I come back to a small town. So Google, please keep our small town grocery store open so that we can maintain our ability to become a town and help out with our community.
By starting out with no debt, you could be competitive with your prices, and that would benefit the entire community. A lot of new jobs would be created. The school would support it 100%. The nursing home would support it. Because without a grocery store, those businesses are really at stake. People leaving town to buy their groceries elsewhere are also going to buy other stuff elsewhere. And, you know, I could see our hardware store suffering from that, our convenience store suffering from that. And, you know, we're getting really limited to the things that we do have in our community, and I'm just afraid it's going to cause a domino effect and our town will close.
It used to be really, really old people town, but now we've got so many more young people coming in that I'm hoping that it'll live. We have a lot of kids in school now that we didn't have for a while, and if we keep our school going, we need a grocery store to keep it going. And I'm in very, very much favor of having one. And I closed my kitchen several years ago. I said, this chick's had it, the kitchen's closed. So, but I still need stuff all the time that I have to go out of town for. I've got a big long list now that.
From a rural standpoint, lots of people have to drive from 40 to 60 miles to get to a grocery store, especially wintertime. Lots of times that's not possible. Small town grocery store is very, very much needed.
You can walk into the store and say, I need this, but I don't have the money with me. That's okay. Things like that you can't get into big towns, that this small town will offer you. And for me, I've been in both areas with my husband being in the military, and I'll take a small town any day.
I think with a grocery store in our town, we could put the profits into building our town even bigger. I think our area would definitely support a grocery store. There's no reason why we couldn't support, you know, a small clothing store. The opportunities are endless. You know, I really think that we could definitely grow from this.
I'd like to see a grocery store back in our town so we can access fresh fruits and vegetables and all the foods that my grandkids need to grow up healthy.
I was born and raised here. My grandparents and great-grandparents were ranchers and farmers, and I, after college, left and then chose to come back and raise my kids because of the beautiful community that we have and have to offer. And without a grocery store, I'm fearful that living here and raising kids may not be a reality, and may definitely not be a reality for them as they get older to come back and visit.
So Google, please help us bring our store back.
Google, help keep our small town alive.
This small town is just so full of heart. It represents what anyone would think of when they imagine a great place to live. When one thinks of a makeup of a town, they might think of a bank, a park, gas station, restaurant, school, and a post office. A grocery store would complete Hay Springs' makeup and the friendly hometown feel it has. Thank you for your consideration.